I took every piece of advice from the best-selling personal finance book of all time. 90 days later, my bank account looked completely different, but not in the way you'd think. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. 43 million copies sold. Robert Kiyosaki's blueprint for escaping the rat race. Everyone talks about it, quotes it, recommends it. But here's what nobody does. Actually follow it. Every single rule for 3 months straight. So I did. I started with $5,000. Average income, average expenses. Just like most of you watching this. No trust fund, no rich uncle, no safety net. By the end of this video, you'll know whether Kiyosaki's methods actually work in 2026, or if it's just motivational noise that changes nothing. Day 1. I laid out the core principles from the book. Rule 1. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Buy assets, avoid liabilities. Rule 2. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Rule 3. Mind your own business. Build a business or investment portfolio, not just a career. Rule 4. Pay yourself first. Before bills, before anything, invest in assets. And Rule 5. Learn constantly. Financial education beats a high salary. Week 1 was brutal. I audited everything. My car, liability. $1,200 leaving my account every month between payments, insurance, and gas. My apartments, liability. Not building equity, just paying someone else's mortgage. Subscriptions, Netflix, Spotify, gym membership I never use, liabilities. By Kiyosaki's definition, I owned exactly 0 assets. My entire life was structured around working for money, then watching that money disappear into things that gave me 0 return. The average American, same boat. Week 2. Time to buy my first asset. But here's where it gets interesting. Kiyosaki says real estate, stocks, businesses, things that generate cash flow. Problem? I had $5,000, not $50,000. So I went unconventional. I bought a vending machine. $1,700 on Facebook Marketplace, installed it at a local gym, 50-50 split with the owner. Profit projections? $200 to $300 per month. Not life-changing, but it's money working for me while I sleep. The rich dad principle in action. Cash flow over capital gains. Monthly income over one-time wins. And here's what nobody tells you about this strategy. It's boring, unsexy, no Instagram highlights, just slow, mechanical wealth building. Week 2 and 3, reality check. Kiyosaki talks about financial education like it's this magical unlock. So I did. Tax loopholes, LLC structures, depreciation, cash-on-cash return calculations. 8 hours of learning after my 9 to 5 every single night. And here's the truth. Most of it was useless, not because the information was bad, but because I didn't have enough capital to use it. Learning about real estate syndications when you have $4,000 left, that's like studying Formula One racing when you drive a Honda Civic. The knowledge gap between where I was and where the book assumed I'd be? Massive. But I kept going because Kiyosaki says the poor stay poor because they quit learning. The rich get richer because they don't. End of month 1. Let's talk numbers. Vending machine income, $240 per month. Net profit, $180. My actual job income, $4,200 after taxes. So my asset generated 4% of what my labor did. Kiyosaki would say that's the point. You just started. Scale it. Buy more assets. Compound. My bank account would say you spent $1,700 to make $180. But here's where the mindset shift happened. That $180 I earned doing nothing, 0 hours traded. If I could replicate that 20 times, I'd match my salary without working. That's the game. The question is, can you actually get there? Month 2. Time to scale. I took my paycheck, and instead of the usual routine, I followed Rule 4. Pay yourself first. Before rents, before car payments, before anything, I moved $1,000 into my asset fund. Then I lived on the rest, aggressively. Rice and beans, no eating out, canceled subscriptions, carpooled. The old poor dad in me panicked. What if I can't pay rent? What if something breaks? The rich dad strategy? You'll figure it out. And here's the uncomfortable truth. I did figure it out. I picked up 2 freelance gigs, sold stuff I didn't use, cut costs I didn't think were cuttable. By week 6, I had $2,400 in my asset fund, enough for asset number 2. Asset number 2, dividend stocks. Boring? Absolutely. Effective? We'll see. I put 2,000 into an index fund focused on dividend aristocrats, companies that have increased dividends for 25 straight years. Projected annual return? 4 to 6%, plus 2 to 3% in dividends. Nothing sexy, no Tesla calls, no crypto gambling. Asset number 3, I started a side consulting business, digital marketing for local businesses. Startup cost? $400 for an LLC and a basic website. Kiyosaki calls this minding your own business. Your job pays the bills, your business builds wealth. Month 2 income from assets, $390 total. Still not quitting my job, but the machine was building. But let's be honest about what month 2 actually felt like. Exhausting. I worked my 9 to 5, then came home and worked another 4 hours on the consulting business. Weekends, restocking the vending machine, prospecting clients, learning QuickBooks. My social life? Gone. Dating? Forget it. Free time? What's that? Kiyosaki talks about sacrifice, about delayed gratification, about the rich working harder than everyone else before they can work less. He's right, but here's what the book doesn't capture: the loneliness of it. Everyone around you is out enjoying their 20s. You're at home building a business nobody believes in yet. The rich dad path isn't just financially hard, it's socially isolating. But I kept going because month 3 was about to test everything. Month 3, week 9, my car broke down. $2,200 repair, transmission. The old me, I'd have put it on a credit card, paid it off over 6 months, and moved on. The rich dad method, you don't go into debt for liabilities. So I sold the car, bought a $1,500 used Honda Civic with cash, pocketed the difference. My friends thought I was crazy, downgrading while trying to build wealth. But here's the rich dad logic. A car is a depreciating liability. Every dollar in that car is a dollar not working for you. The question isn't what car makes me look successful, it's what car costs me the least while I build actual success. Pride versus pragmatism. Most people choose pride, then wonder why they're broke. Week 10, I took the money I saved from the car downgrade and bought asset number 4, a small stake in a local laundromat. $3,000 for 10% ownership. Projected monthly return, $150 to $200. Now I owned 4 assets, all generating passive income, all working while I slept. Day 90. Let's talk numbers. Real numbers. Vending machine, averaging $210 per month. Dividend stocks, $6 per month. Yes, 6. They're a long game. Consulting business, $800 to $1,200 per month depending on clients. Laundromat stake, $175 per month. Total monthly passive income from assets, $591. Total active income from consulting, $1,000 average. Combined, $1,591 per month. My 9 to 5 after taxes, $4,200. So after 90 days, my assets and side business generated 38% of what my job did. Kiyosaki's goal, get that number above 100%. Then you can leave the rat race. At this rate, I'd need about 18 more months to match my salary. So does the rich dad, poor dad method actually work? Yes and no. Here's what Kiyosaki gets right. Mindset shift is everything. Before this experiment, I thought wealth meant a high salary. Now I understand wealth means assets that generate income. I thought financial security meant saving. Now I know it means building systems that pay you. The principles? Solid. Assets over liabilities. Pay yourself first. Financial education. All true. But here's what the book doesn't tell you. It's slow. Painfully slow. 3 months in, I'm nowhere near financial freedom. It requires capital. That $5,000 I started with, most people don't have that sitting around. It demands sacrifice. Your 20s, your social life, your comfort, all of it goes into the machine. And here's the biggest thing. It's lonely. You'll be working while your friends are out, investing while they're spending, building while they're coasting. Kiyosaki makes it sound like a formula.
It's not. It's a war of attrition, and most people quit. But I kept going. If I started over, here's what I'd change. 1. I'd focus on one high cash flow asset instead of diversifying early. The vending machine plus the consulting business would have been enough. The stocks can wait. 2. I'd ignore the real estate obsession. Kiyosaki loves real estate, but in 2026, with starter homes at $400,000 and interest rates at 7%, you need serious capital. Focus on what you can start with $5,000 or less. 3. I'd find a community. The loneliness almost broke me. Find people on the same path. Accountability matters. And 4. I'd give myself more time. 90 days isn't enough. This is a 3-year minimum game. But here's what I wouldn't change. I started. Most people read Rich Dad Poor Dad, feel inspired for 3 days, then do absolutely nothing. They go back to their job, back to their liabilities, back to the rat race, and they wonder why nothing changes. Here's the lesson nobody wants to hear. Rich Dad Poor Dad isn't a magic book. It's a mirror. It shows you the game you've been playing, and it offers you a different one. But reading the book doesn't change anything. Talking about the book doesn't change anything. Action changes everything. After 90 days, I'm not rich, I'm not financially free, I'm not even close. But I own 4 assets that didn't exist 90 days ago. I have $1,500 in monthly income that didn't exist 90 days ago. And I understand money in a way I didn't 90 days ago. The Rich Dad method works, but only if you're willing to do what most people won't. Work harder, sacrifice more, wait longer. The question isn't whether the method works. The question is, are you willing to actually do it? I'm continuing this experiment. Month 4 starts tomorrow. If you want to see where this goes, if you want the real numbers, the real failures, the real wins, you know what to do. Next video, how I'm scaling to $3,000 per month in passive income. Let's see if this thing actually works.